The issue I have is that the money is actually there. Tinubu, what are you doing with our money? What are you doing with the people that have money? Because the money's there. Like, we know you have the money. Like,
I can intro it. It's very simple. A hot topic is a hot topic. Something that has been something that has been sorry. Something that has been trending, in the media.
Sorry, because
a hot topic is a hot topic. She was just in the street walking and she saw this guy in the car that was quite handsome, and she waved at him and she felt so good because there's not good looking men around, so it really boosted her day. She said that we're going through a chopped man epidemic.
Clicks from girls.
Actually doesn't see hot men because she height discriminates, by the way. I just want to put that out there because I think it's very important. And if I start baiting out her thing, I
was gonna say everyone is yapping, but like, what if your child ends up being not the good looking guy? So what are you gonna do then? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the moment I became a Christian, it's not that I now turned, I became white. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's still a process for me to evolve, and I'm sorry to break it to you, until we get to heaven, my body is still weak. I still have flesh. So like, until we get to that, to get to heaven, we're not gonna be perfect. We're still gonna have things to do, to work on.
So, welcome to the TGA podcast. I usually do this. Wow, okay. Exactly. So you can do it again.
Oh,
because it is your thing. I think it flows off the tongue better for you.
No, it really does.
It does.
This a lot. Okay.
All my struggles with the intro. It's the outro that we always have her do because she starts saying.
Yeah.
No, you have to do it though.
I really struggle with the intro. Okay. Okay. Hi. Hi guys. Welcome to The Grey Area. The Grey Area is a podcast that we do amongst. There's usually 5 of us, but
there's not usually, but there should be 5 of us.
Yes, there should be 5 of us.
It's not even usual. Oh my god, this is actually not good. Anyway, whatever.
So the Grey Area is just an amazing place where we laugh, live our life, talk about the ups, the downs, the greys, the blacks, the whites. So yeah, just come with us, enjoy, take your coffee, your drinks, your malts.
This is why we don't let her do this.
I should remember.
And you're going.
Make sure you subscribe, like, and follow us all over. What we on? TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Love you.
At TGA Pod.
Yes, at TGA Pod.
At TGA Pod. Well, it's meant to be Shay first, but let's just say it's Ashley.
Is your favourite fly babe Mario?
Last but not least, it's up here.
Woo. Sorry guys, honestly, there is actually 5 of us. Like, we're not lying. Like, what's that? There's actually 5 of us.
What's the episode before that? No, last one was all of us, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Last one you weren't in it. The one that we just posted, we're posting today.
Yeah, the one that we just posted today, I'm not in it. But the one before that, it's all of us.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, because it's the one about prostitution.
Ah, you're right. So, yeah.
It was all of us.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, how was everybody's week? How was you guys' week?
Sha.
How was this week? What did I do? Oh my gosh, yes. I went to...
Oh, you're true to the farm.
I went to the farm.
Because that was so ominous. What does that even mean?
I went to a bio farm. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Anyways, if I'm not... Yes, I went to up north. I went to a farm and I loved it there so much. Like, I said I'm going to move up north now. Like,
calm down.
But why though?
Calm down.
I love it there so much. Like, I was in Harrisgate and I was just like, this is life.
The place where the water comes from?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Like, everyone there was really friendly. It was very green. People there were... I knew it was a rich area because there was no speed cameras. So, like, there's no need for you to get extra council tax.
It's real.
Everyone's rich. The cars I was seeing, the farms, the way even the students look like students. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, everyone was just like, the water was clean, my skin was glowing. I was just like,
speed cameras are actually killing me. Sorry, yes, they have softer water up north.
Yeah, it was just like
softer.
the most. I just loved it there, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, if it wasn't for the accent, I would move here.
What do you mean by that?
What accent?
No offense to everyone, but like, I just don't want my children to be like.
What kind of northern accent do they have? Like the Manchester Yorkshire accent?
Yeah, it's like a Yorkshire accent.
That is a bit confusing.
But some people were... Sorry if that's a bit racist. But some people had a very nice... but then everyone there was just so nice. So nice.
Oh, you not be nice. You don't have things to worry about for a while.
It's true.
And I was just slow up there, but like in a healthy way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Even the food tasted healthy.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it was really,
What were you
really
doing
good.
up there though? Work?
Work there. Yeah, I was there for work. And yeah, I want to move to the north. Or I want to move to a place where it's like a good balance of greenery.
You can
and-
retire there. Like a lot of people retire.
I want to retire in Nigeria.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
I saw one babe post that she she moved to Lagos. Like she said something about how what did she say? Probably needed a hug, but I moved to Lagos instead.
I did
Babe,
see that.
Did she regret it?
my love. She's only been there like 3 days.
Oh.
She said in the caption, "Need friends, babe." My
Shout
love.
out. Good luck.
My love. Don't befriend anybody out there, man.
Actually, maybe I don't want to retire in Nigeria.
I don't
I lied.
know.
After I watched that, did you see that TikTok
The
of the,
stupid- oh my
the
god.
18-part series of that girl that
Oh my god. Oh no, I was even talking about that Abuja Boys, London Boys thing.
No. The 18-part series of like the girl, what's her name? I don't know, she's an Igbo girl and her dad
That's probably her name.
I think so.
Oh my god! I think I heard it on a podcast that her dad wanted to retire in Nigeria.
In Nigeria,
He
and
moved
the
to
family
and they were
were
using his
him
money, and they locked him in a room, and he had a stroke or something.
Yes. So
Guys,
basically, what had
guys.
happened was the dad went to retire in Nigeria and was getting $5,000 a month from his $5,000
I was gonna say dollars in it, yeah.
a month for his retirement, and then he had built his house and he let his siblings move in with him. He had a stroke in Nigeria, and then they were like, okay, we'll take care of him. The daughter was like, come back, she's like, okay, no, it's fine, like your siblings will take care of
good
you.
though, yeah.
Then slowly but surely the dad's like contact was decreasing, and she hadn't spoken to her dad in 6 months. Went to Nigeria because her auntie and uncle would not let her enter his house. Then there was juju involved.
God, I beg.
And when she saw her dad, she said he was on the floor,
God.
like withered away. And the last time he had gone to the hospital, he only went like once or twice in like December since he had the stroke.
That's heartbreaking. What the hell?
And it was just like,
It's so funny because I was talking about this with somebody, I think last week. Like, there's something about Nigeria, Lagos in particular, that like hardens people. Like, I think when you're there, you have to exhibit a level of madness in order to match their madness.
Yes.
But imagine doing that over a long period of time, guys. That stuff hardens
Yeah.
you. Like, it's actually like I go there, yeah, and obviously we go for like day of December or whatever. I go like when I to visit my dad or I want to work somewhere else or whatever, and then after like maximum 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Imagine being there 3-6 months, your whole life, and every day you wake up and it's just who can show you the worst shaggy of your life. Like, customer service out there, awful.
ass.
Misogyny out there, very
But
serious.
it's not all of the
my
time. I feel like people treat me nicely because my accent.
Oh,
is
yeah, no,
not-
because I
is
get
not-
foreign.
Yeah, I get
100%
foreign.
get
So
foreign.
sometimes the customer service is not as bad as is, but then sometimes when you're trying to then dupe me, did I tell you because I'm from London, I'm rich? Like, did I actually tell you that? And it's just like, don't try and scam me because you told my cousin before it was this price, and then you now come and quadruple the price. Because
bottle of water that we
you've
charging
heard my
you
price. I
stupid
said-
50k an hour
Anyways,
for water. Are you crazy?
yeah.
You've lost your mind. Like, I don't know. It's like this balance of what's it called?
is.
Like, obviously, yes, we are probably doing better off going there, like than being like living there. So cool. I don't really do too much like haggling or whatever. But it gets to a point where it's like, are you stupid? Like, do you think I'm stupid? What are we doing here? So yeah, I don't know. But the country does harden you. Like when you
It
deep
does.
it day in, day out. Like I think especially as a woman, sometimes I hear why people do the things they do out there sometimes. I don't know, man. Like you kind of can't afford to be what's it called? You can't afford to be soft in a place like Lagos,
Yeah.
man. Because everyone everywhere is trying to play you to like benefit themselves. Which is why I was saying in that girl's comments, like, don't befriend anybody too tough. Like you don't know anybody out there. Because there were girls in the comments saying, oh, like I live in Lagos. Where are you staying? Did it just drop in addresses, dropping cities? Oh, me, I'm in Ikoyi, me, I'm in Victoria, me, I'm just off this roundabout. Have you lost your mind, guys? Like, do you know what people in Lagos are like? Please.
And like
Please.
my friend was telling me that when they went to Nigeria, it was the first time they saw like a major accident. Like the person was basically dead on the floor, and everyone was just like,
That's what
Just imagine
Gemini
your own.
said as well when she went to Nigeria.
Yeah,
That
imagine.
she saw a major accident as well.
and
It's
it was
so
just like
sad.
no one wants to stop because it's like, what if it's pretend? And then but it's like, how can you pretend blood? You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's true.
I need someone to actually help, but like they're like, oh no, like it could be a kidnapper or just all a scam. But
And do
I
you know
don't
what's so crazy? It's not even far-fetched for them to think. That's the annoying thing. It's like
Yeah.
they think it and you're like, that sounds so crazy. But then you're like, actually,
It could
Wait,
be true.
like
yeah.
people are actually a little bit mad out there. Like I don't know, and then also this idea of like you can stop to help, and then you're now 5 minutes late for your job. They'll just fire you anyhow. Like I was when I was in Lagos past December, I met this one babe, and she works in marketing, so she has her own marketing thing. And then she works for an actual company, and she was saying that like when you work there, a lot of people, they like to humiliate you. Like they want to keep you humble. Like even though you are qualified or whatever, they want you to feel like you're on this really, really tight leash, if that makes sense. So the boss must have given her the day off. She took the day off. Obviously, she was at Elisha with us guys. We were partying. Imagine Escala Dizzy in the background if it was out there. Like we were having this time. We were on a boat. We're living it up. Then she gets a message from her boss like, "You're not in. You're fired." She said. And she was so crazy. So 1 minute everyone's laughing. Then you just hear her silent. We're like, what's going on? She goes, "I just got fired." The whole
Just
boat
like that.
silent. I think it was Tommy on, so we just turned the music down. We said, what? She was like, yeah, her boss has been like doing this to her. Like her boss likes, like bullying is so normal out there. Like when you're in a position of power, and it's because I think that power dynamics are very big in Nigeria as well. So it's like when people do have power, they don't know how to use it. Look at our government. They don't know how to use it wisely. So yeah, the boss will just be like firing people, letting people go, da, da, da. But then like the next day, they'll be like, oh, you can come back for your job, but I'm taking 100k off your salary.
Bomba. God.
And it's like, well, what else can she do? She's not gonna find a job anywhere else. So now she's 100k down. Like she said, no, she's not doing it. She said, if you like, fire me. She said she's done with it. But guys, Lagos hard as you, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just that airport alone, you leave it, you'll be a different person. you can't be the same person.
That airport is
You cannot
so
be the same
funny.
person. Sorry, Ati.
No, it's fine. It's gonna be like just chill. We can chill.
Vibey.
I don't think I would even survive in Lagos. I think I know I would. I think I'm too westernized, to be fair.
I hear it. I don't know. It's one of those places that like you don't navigate unless you know somebody. I think you don't navigate unless you know somebody who really lives there. Like once you move out of Lagos, they'll recognize that you're no longer one of them. It's very interesting. So, yeah. Obviously, though, have fun. I'll see you guys there in December. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't wait.
But not retire.
But I will retire in Lagos. Absolutely.
Yeah, I changed
No
my
way.
mind. I don't want to retire.
I don't. It doesn't
sorry.
sound so. It doesn't sound so peaceful.
Sorry.
The thing is,
Maybe
I don't
somewhere
know.
else in Nigeria.
A lot of people
Not everything
retire.
is Lagos.
I can't lie.
There are other places
I would
in
probably
Nigeria.
retire in Abuja. You know,
Yeah.
they're a different type of crazy, but like they're
Because the people I see sometimes are just like, you're really living the life.
I think though the key to Lagos is being able to escape it. Like you wouldn't retire in Lagos and spend your entire year in Lagos. Like people will do Lagos in London or Lagos in Lagos in whatever.
Two country.
Like you don't. Yeah, I don't think you spend your entire year.
It's true, he does do that. He can travel whenever he wants to, lives the life. Oh, he just lives that life. Like I want to live that life too.
But what's the
But I don't
social
know at
media
what
in it
cost.
like?
I was gonna say like anyway,
It's everything. There's always an up and down, isn't it?
But with
And-
Lagos, there's more downs. Sorry.
Well, there you have it, folks. And there's
Sorry,
other
guys.
like I saw on TikTok there was another place. Maybe it was like a river place. I don't know. I don't remember. It looks really nice. It looks like tropical. I don't know.
No, look. Do you know what it is about Nigeria? Like as a whole, there's so many different environments, so many different things you can do. Like we focus on Lagos, but like the whole of Nigeria has a lot of different things you can see. Like we have waterfalls, we have forests, we have beaches, we have whatever. Very beautiful place. It's just that they feel their people. Like I saw someone describe it as a foreign market. And I completely agree. Like, not to get too deep into it, but like Nigeria functions as a foreign market. So there's nothing that we have domestically that we thrive off of. Like we have oil, but we don't see oil as ours. We see it as something that we can export. Like we're very weird about that. Like even most of our talent is recognized once they leave. Like we pride ourselves on being considering like foreign talent, foreign markets, etc., more than we consider our own.
Validated.
Like we don't invest in things domestically. Yeah, we don't invest in things domestically,
No,
and it's a real shame.
Because there was when I was in uni, I did like a bit of study on this, and it was just like one of the problem is like, there's so much talent. Like in America, they were saying like something like the doctors, the basically the healthcare system would fail without Nigerian, because there's so many, there's so much Nigerian doctors, nurses. So like think about how much talent is just getting exported out, and nothing is.
There's
It's
nothing
being
there, like,
invested there.
and it's such a shame because like I was looking at what's that university everyone goes to, Unilag, University of Lagos, and I was looking at the facilities. I said, guys, and like that would be some of the best, like, because obviously I look at it from a computer science standpoint. So I was looking at their school, computer science school, and I was like, the talent in this room is probably insane. Like these people know their textbook back to front. The textbook that is even in tatters, that's got whatever this 10 years old, but they'll know it back to front, and then they'll go and even like work to train themselves up, whatever. Not to like, I'm not rooting for the scammers in Lagos, innit? But a lot of them can work work a computer, but there's just no other way for them to exercise this talent, use their skills, and it's such a shame I find it. I was even gonna make a video about this like the other day about how my biggest gripe with Nigeria as a whole is like the refusal to advance with the rest of the world. Like we just don't like it. Like we just don't want to do better. Like Nollywood, guys. What did I watch the other day? Lagos Love Story, guys. That movie, absolute cheeks. But I saw the potential.
Really?
No, absolute cheeks.
What's it on?
I love Nollywood. Sorry, I don't know if that's where it's going. It's called Lagos Love Story.
Where's it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Guys, I hate Nollywood.
That guy from it's okay. The guy from Far From Home, he stars in it. He's basically like an Ashake dupe. Like it's like if you put you know what? Guys, Lagos Love Story, booty cheeks. But I know where it was going. Like I honestly saw what it could have been. And you can see that the talent is there.
Definitely,
the issue
100%.
is there's no investment in that talent. Like you want to do a movie, you want to do a TV show, so you go and do it. But like the finishing touches, like nobody, there's not enough. Do you know what I mean?
And you know what? You can tell what is being that has the investment because, like, for example, Nigerian fashion, like the
Yes. Oh my God.
because they have been able to like, get investment from outside. You can see the quality of their work. It's just
God. Like, do you think Vicky James would still be thriving if she was using Naira to fund her business? Like, those US dollars, you can see where they're being put to work, guys. Like, and it's such a like I said, it's such a shame. Like, even that babe who was on that stupid Wags to Riches. I think it's not Sheree because that's just not her name, but the one that was dating Oshoshenko.
Open that would know.
Oh, yeah.
She went to that wedding, that Priscilla. Whatever. Her dress made in Nigeria. But that's a US babe, guys. Like they will put the money in. Also, it's kind of cheap labor. Let me not get there right now. But when you give like people in countries like Nigeria the money, you really allow the talent to flourish. The issue I have is that the money is actually there. Tinubu, what are you doing with our money? What are you doing with the people that have money? Because the money's there. Like we know you have the money. Like when I stayed in Lagos and I went to stay at the first hotel I stayed at was I think Echo Hotel. Then I moved to Intercontinental. That Echo Hotel. Who did I see? Parcelu?
Is he a rapper?
I don't call him a J-House dude, that's rude. But yes, he's a rapper.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, I saw him. He was wearing a military cloth. I said, do you know what you're doing? I said, do you know what you're doing? But he was just dashing money like he was in a G-Wagon. There was so many G-Wagons.
No, so when I went to that hotel, guys, I've never seen cars like that in my life.
Guys. I saw a Lamborghini. I saw a Lamborghini in Lagos.
Yeah, I went when I went to Nigeria, but I only stayed there for like one
Yeah.
one night, 2 nights. But like, as soon as we stepped in, it was just Lambo. Like the Rolls Royce that is like it's not the standard ones that you get for the wedding. It's like
the trucks. Like
the truck.
like
I was seeing cars I've never seen in my lifetime. I said, "Oh, okay." Even when I went to the lobby, the way the girls were standing and stepping.
Oh my gosh! Bro,
I said, "Oh, I've seen the real Lagos babes. The ass attack. Like it was just giving. Wow, I want to be like you when I grow up." I was just thinking,
guys, the money's there. We're not using it the right ways, but I still love it though, guys. Like I love Lagos, I really do, and I want to go back like a lot more because I think that was the first time we were back in like a very long time. But it actually makes my heart sad. Like, why could you not use Apple Pay out there? Like, and then what's this checking and savings thing? Like, I get it, but it's like, guys, one bank account. Like, I don't understand this checking and savings. The first time they said it to me because I wasn't using my own card, they said check and savings. I said,
"What are you talking about?"
I said, take the money. Like, why could your system not process whether or not it's a checking or savings account? Pardon?
What's checking savings?
Checking is like your debit card, like just a normal debit card account is a checkings account. Then savings account is like higher interest rates, whatever. It's like you're not meant to, but you don't typically spend out of a savings account, right? But in Nigeria, you can spend out of a checking and savings. Your card is assigned a checking account or a savings account. So like, it's just a whole thing. But Sha, whether your card is checking or savings, you need to know that information because the system can't tell you whether your card is checking or savings. Guys, it makes no freaking sense. Then you can't use international cards. The country is just, as a tech babe, it really frustrates my heart because it's just little things that would make it so much like better. But anyway,
we digress.
We do digress. one generation at a time because I can't even say one day at a time.
So do you think? I don't
No,
know.
so
do you think there's hopes then?
Yeah, I think there is hope. I think
will it be in our lifetime?
I speak as an outsider, so I don't know.
Oh,
I actually don't know. I speak as an outsider, so I don't know.
Oh,
like my frustrations that I see are from somebody who knows more. Does that make sense?
I feel like we're not going to be an outsider soon.
First,
No.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Not to be gory.
Don't say
But I feel like we're not going to be outside this.
No.
Do you guys see the state of the world?
We're going to be inside real quick.
Everyone's so inside everybody. Everybody's inside everybody.
Don't say that.
Because I'm not fighting for this country. Crazy what? Crazy what?
Imagine if we get
Drafted.
I
have a torn ACL. I can't do that.
Oh no,
That's not possible. That's genuinely not possible.
My knee doesn't function. I can't do
That's
that.
not possible.
I can't do that. No. Anyway, I need all of them. Put the guns down, guys. It's not that serious. What are you even fighting over? Really,
I don't know.
God only knows at this point.
You're all
It's always
fighting
one
because
thing
everybody
or
has
another.
nuclear weapons. So you're all
Guys,
fighting over nuclear weapons.
it's a new
Because guys,
scaring
I was
me.
thinking, I thought, okay, World War II. I was thinking, wasn't that 1,000 years ago? Don't ask me why I thought that. It wasn't that many
that long
years
ago.
ago.
It wasn't that long
So
ago.
now I'm panicking because that was 80
It
years
wasn't
ago.
that long ago.
If it was like 1,000 years ago, I'll think, okay, there's no way there would ever be another war.
And technology is coming even
80
further, which is
years?
what makes it scary.
Yeah.
Like, and I just think tensions are just really high right now. Like, guys, I just think let's just chill. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Just
it's literally
relax.
not that serious. Okay?
It never is serious.
It really
And
isn't.
the problem is
It
that
never will be
England
serious
is a
or-
tiny island.
We
We are
We
a
can be
tiny
wiped out
like that.
Bro, and do you know it stresses me out? Because, like, I think maybe 50, 60 years ago, England has so much more political power. We left the EU. Our government is actually a global joke, guys. Like, I think, are we even still part of the G7? Like, there are so many summits that happen that I don't think the UK is even, like, really engaged in or, like, has as much of a voice in anymore. And they're talking about Keir Starmer's talking about,
And I'm
then it comes
scared.
to Iran, and then shut your mouth, babe. Because you don't have a tenth of the power that you're talking to these
This is
people
what
about.
I'm scared of. I'm scared of, like, you know how, like, the Bible says, like, the cries of the innocent. Like,
Sorry.
I'm scared, like, it's like the cries of the innocent is now
It's good,
now
yeah.
reached the maximum
It's good.
capacity. It's just like, you know what, I've allowed you for so long. It's now time for you to reap the consequences
I
of
don't
your
understand what you're
actions.
saying.
Like, with what Britain has done across the world,
It's too much.
it's just
guys,
like,
it's too
for
much.
you to get away with that.
Repercussions. It's literally
okay,
repercussions. It's
Like,
repercussions.
it's repercussions. It's gonna
Like,
come sooner or later.
But there's other people that
But
don't
it should
worse.
come
Though. How
later.
can it be us that will be finished?
No, France.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about France?
You see Portugal.
So it's looking like Europe.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the day Brazil comes in. They say, you know, Portugal, we're done with you lot. I'm waiting for that
Because
day.
France is there, right to there.
France, you lot are wicked, bro. I know, like, when we went to Fête de la Musique, we were talking about, like, you know what, you had told these people riot because the streets, like, the transport, they just let us walk on for free. Like, obviously, I know some people said they got fines. In general, it just very much gave, like, let the people do what they want to do on this day because if not, they will riot. But then I was thinking about it and I said, this country still has a lot of work to do. You have a lot of people to apologize to. Does
not
Congo,
gonna happen,
you know,
let's be real.
Congo, when Congo get their hands on you, just know. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, state of the world, guys. But no, I would run to Lagos. I'm not gonna lie.
Straight away,
Because
I would
I can't run to
Where
America.
else are we going to there? You can't go back to.
But I'm not going to America.
The flipping the person who started the tour.
Yeah, I can't go to America, so I
there?
literally have to go to Lagos. But guys, if we want to Lagos together, I think it'd be quite fun.
Yeah, it's much more fun than war. I mean, I would definitely go. I would definitely go.
Because I think one thing we can guarantee is I don't think Tinubu would enter a war like just yet.
What can
like,
you do? I'm joking.
No, he would provide
Forgive
oil.
me,
He
sir.
would provide oil.
Forgive
What can
me.
he do? It's okay. Stay there. When you get to that Muhammad,
Forgive me. I'm joking. Like, it was just a joke.
But yeah,
I don't
I'll
think
get you.
Nigeria would enter any war. I don't think they would enter.
I don't think they would choose to. I think they
not
could get dragged
choose, yeah,
into
they
one.
wouldn't choose
But I think
to.
that, like, I just don't think Tinubu wants problems like that. Like, anyway, I wonder where Tinubu is today because I know he's not in Nigeria. He's probably just somewhere, maybe the Galapagos Islands or something. I don't know. The guy's never in the country. He's never in the country.
I don't.
I can't.
Anyway,
That's an episode in
itself, guys.
That's the whole.
Literally.
We really
spoke
touched
about
on it
this, but
slyly. That got
ongoing.
a lot of views, to be fair.
It did,
It
but-
did.
Sure.
But
Anyway, sorry. How's Fête de la Musique? Is that say it right? Fête de la
yeah, it's true.
Musique?
It's true.
God, guys.
I said guys.
That was life changing stuff. Like,
Really?
the party that we partied and partied again. I just think I saw a TikTok that says I have FOMO and I was there. I have FOMO and I was there because you can only do so much. So it's like, and frustratingly, I say frustratingly, but like it's not like carnival. Like people say it's like carnival, it's not because carnival's obviously along like one basically
one
street.
place.
Fête de la Musique is across the whole of France, but in Paris specifically, you have to like get metro to the different sound systems and stages and stuff. If you just want to walk around, you'll find people like playing drums and whatever. But like for the like black events that you're looking for, you have to get metro. Which me, I was happy to just do whatever. I didn't really care. But I think everybody was such good vibes. I honestly haven't seen anything like it in a really long time. Well, apart from some of the events I went to, like the London events were probably where the worst vibes were. But actual Fête de la Musique Day,
that's so crazy because Aurel had the complete opposite.
Really?
Yeah,
she enjoyed it.
She was just like, I didn't like it, but I really liked like the, I think she went to Recess Land. Was it Recess? Or?
The Recess 60 and
yeah, she went to like one of the British ones, and she was just like, yeah, that was really fun. But like she said like the people were like she was gonna fight someone.
Oh,
I said, oh, okay,
okay.
But Aurel's the kind of person like she doesn't tolerate disrespect. So if it's like you're disrespecting her or her friend, she's gonna say it. And she's gonna say it.
So like for people like pushing, getting rowdy.
Yeah. But I don't. She hasn't given me the real gist down properly yet. But she's just like, I won't go for like probably the next 3 years.
Yeah. Ooh, first. I feel like I had a really good time. Like I think though this year was the year to go because next year, like with anything, if too much hype builds around it, then the quality of it decreases. Down. So like next year for sure will be a lot rowdier. I think. No, I'm not naming names, but like similar to when an event gets really big, right? And then, for example, I didn't say that. I just want to let that be known that I didn't say that.
I didn't say anything. I was just asking a question.
Okay. So sorry. No, it's fine.
Apologies.
So when an event gets really big and they're known for like, for example, having like beautiful women, or like every girl goes to so and when the women come, they're all really beautiful and they're all really like.
I literally can think of an event right now.
Pardon?
Let me continue.
Yes, exactly. The following year or the following events will always attract people who are there exclusively for the women that they saw dressed a certain way or for the energy. So they don't come for the same reasons as the previous year did. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I think the issue of next year will be that people will come thinking, oh, everybody had such a good time last year. All the girls were in like bikinis and shorts. All the men there were shirtless. So people will come with the wrong intention and the wrong motives. And then when they do come, they ruin it for everybody. Like everyone's experience is now diluted. And it's just like, it's not the same. It's never really the same again unless you wait for it to die down again and you go back. So that's how I feel about next year. I feel like next year, I'm not saying it's going to be absolutely awful. At the end of the day, you make it where you want to make it. And I think FET is very much like that. But a lot of those motives, those sound systems that like are black owned, they might be very different next year than they were this year, which is what I'm a bit scared of. So next year I might go to Berlin Music Festival instead because I think that is also really fun and lit, and they have like a whole Afro situation going on. So I don't know if FET the Music will see me again next year. Actually, no. I don't know, I'm lying. It will see me again next year. But I know the experience will likely be very different.
I want to do a tour. Sorry, no,
no, go on.
Continue. Oh, no, it's what I was going to say.
No, I'm done. Go.
So stupid.
Say it.
No, I was just going to say that. I wonder what the men in Berlin look like. That's all.
You're not serious.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
you're not serious at all.
I said it wasn't going to be serious.
Can't lie though.
I'm just curious.
And I say this with a lot of respect. Guys, there are things in London that have been hiding from us because I went to FET and I said what the actual hell
it's
was
always
going.
the international events or big events you see
my gosh,
there are men and there are men.
You actually like I don't know where you guys are hiding.
You see it at the big events only.
Wow, everybody was just so beautiful and fun and shining and black, and I just thought, where have you guys been hiding? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm not going to the right places, to be fair.
I don't think we...
But also, like I said, I operate with tunnel vision. Like, I don't really see anybody around me. But FET, they put their baddest bitches on the floor for FET, man. That was very serious stuff.
Well done, FET.
Very serious stuff.
So yeah, I hope to experience that next year. Well, you said it's going to be shit, so...
No,
I'm not saying you didn't say that.
I don't know, please. But yeah, no, next year will definitely...
Next year for the niggas. That's for the
niggas. Yeah, no, next year I think will still be good.
It'll be good, just different.
I would say book early. I don't want to give advice to anybody. Don't come actually, but for the podcast, don't come, like book early.
Okay. Yeah. How about you, Aki? How's your week?
Anything coming this week?
What I can think of. Is that true? I have to look at my Snapchat sometimes to see if like my life.
Okay, man.
Actually,
how are your cats? Wait, do you have one cat? You have a cat and a dog, no? Oh, your neighbour has a dog.
Yeah, my neighbour has a dog. I just have one cat.
I want to get a cat.
I want that cat, yeah. Anyways, it's just there. She's about to be spayed.
Your cat's not spayed?
No. She's supposed to be spayed on Monday because it's enough now.
Bro, Holly Mae's cat...
hella noise.
Holly Mae's
She's
cat
not
Mabel
outside
is
cat.
mad. Oh, no, neither
in-
was Holly Mae's cat. But that babe has been pregnant like 7 times or something
So
like
how
that.
long did she get outside? No,
Mabel is on the
she's
streets
too scared
just
as
busting
well.
it open for anyone. Like, it's actually crazy. She had like 7 litters. And Holly Mae just has to keep selling them. Bro, but now Mabel's been spayed and that. But she's I don't think she accepted the spaying. But like, no, she's been spayed now. Like,
I didn't know what spaying meant.
It means
Until
that you can't have
it's like the
yeah.
equivalent of
vasectomy or what?
no, of a... Is it hysterectomy where they remove your...
Hysterectomy, is that the one for boobs? I know what you're talking about.
boobs?
Like when they remove your boobs.
You're thinking of
Mastectomy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
See, guys, we even give you science lessons. You guys are so welcome. So
Okay.
welcome.
No, Tosi can never. She's even scared of outside. To be honest, like when I open the door,
Just looks...
there's no R. There's no more R's for that cat. There was R's at first. There's no more R's.
Does she scratch?
No, not really. To be fair,
Is she a black? She's a black
she's a
cat.
black
though,
cat.
I
Yeah,
mean,
she doesn't scratch. She doesn't
want a
scratch
black
like
cat.
that. She doesn't really scratch. No, yeah.
I don't like the agenda against them. It's just so racist. Like, everybody hates black cats because they're evil, but like...
Every cat. Some cats are evil. Some cats are not.
Exactly.
It's really
You have to just get lucky, innit? That's my issue there. I don't want to get lucky. And then
That's what I'm saying.
the cat I get is
Not
not
gonna
nice.
lie. It's just it's a game of chance.
Yeah, can't
It's
do
actually
that,
a game of chance.
because I will
can't
throw you out
lie.
on the streets. I'm gonna like, cool, I
It's a
see
game
you
of
like,
chance.
you have to be a street cat from then on, because there's no way you're gonna be scratching me. Are you crazy?
No, yeah, but she's not. Yeah, she's not really violent.
You bark
She's
her?
calm. Yeah, sometimes when she's really dirty, like maybe like once every 6 months. She doesn't like it at all.
Yes.
But she's not that bad. It's just the weeing. That's the reason why she needed to get neutered.
Oh,
Because she be weeing, pissing every.
It doesn't stop them from weeing.
It stops them because it's a side effect of heat.
So then, how do they?
They'll still wee regardless.
Oh.
But like her weeing just
It's a lot. Yeah, okay.
random on the sofa, on your
Oh.
If you leave your shoes there when she's in heat, that thing's gonna get weed on.
I'm not doing that.
So
Okay.
I just think
You know
animals
what?
are just.
I'm not ready for a pet anymore.
Yeah,
I don't want a baby. You don't want a pet.
That's
So,
what I'm saying.
like,
I
it's
think I'll just have
think
animals
about
when I have children because I feel like it's the same as having a child. So what's the
Heard.
difference?
I don't think you're
know. I don't know. It's not for me. I'm not impressed.
it. Anyway, Ati, what are your topics for this week?
I'm confused now. Okay. Okay. We'll do this still. Okay. Cool.
What segment is it?
Segment. It's hot topic. I can intro it. A hot topic. It's very simple. A hot topic is a hot topic. Something that has been something that has been
bitten them?
Sorry. Something that has been trending. In the media.
Sorry, because
a hot topic is what should I say? A hot topic. It's been trending. In the media, on the news, in the world, etc. You get the gist. So my hot topic is. I don't know how hot this actually is, but I'll insert the clip. I'll explain to them because we don't what's the word? We don't actually know what the topics are until we get here. So I'll explain to them quick. Pause.
So as we're all very much aware, we are living through a chopped man epidemic, and there's a big shortage of baddies. It's gone so bad to the point that like if I see an attractive man, it genuinely makes my day. I was walking on the sidewalk earlier and I saw a cute guy in his car, so I waved to him and he smiled back at me. And obviously he drove away after that. But I was like, oh my God, a cute guy? This was at 6:50 p.m. It's 7:17 and I'm still like, oh my God. And I feel like this is going to power me through my evening. Like, wow, I actually saw an attractive man today. Like, diamond in the rough, needle in the haystack. Seriously.
Now, she responded saying that what I would do if I was a top man. So she got up, she said I'd like brush my teeth, I would do my hair, I'd put on jewelry, I would, dress nicely, form-fitting, that type of thing. However, I don't know if she made that, if that's really true,
If
what
it's
she
satire
meant
or like, yeah.
in terms of top man, or she's just doing that because she got too much, she got flamed. But
so was she trying to spin it as I'm not saying he was ugly, I'm saying he wasn't well put together?
Yeah, it's more
okay.
men are not well put together. Like I said, I don't know if that's really what she meant. We'll never know. But I agree with her in terms of the put together part. Not that men are just inherently ugly or something. What do you guys think? I think that people that were calling her, I think with social media, people really do that critical thinking. I don't know if you feel triggered, like, why do you feel so triggered? I don't get it. Like, you can hear what she said and actually think deeper and think critically and not just flame her. I don't see how that's beneficial, but that's just my opinion. And I agree with her in terms of taking care of yourself. not that all men are ugly. What do you guys think?
Can I clarify? So sorry, was she gassed that the man she waved at him and he waved back?
No, she was just happy that she saw a good-looking man.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, she was just happy that she saw a good-looking man. Not that he waved at her per se, but like he was good-looking and she saw him and she felt good with herself.
Okay. Obviously, I haven't seen the videos.
Gosh.
My own on that is, I think it's a weird thing to come on the internet and say, I'm sorry, I actually do. I just think that like it gets to a point, and that's what I'm saying, like not everything should be content or can be content, right? Some things stay in group chats. I understand the sentiment, but I think it was executed in the wrong way, and that's why it feels weird. Because had she just said that, oh, like so many men have the potential to be so much more attractive if they put themselves together, like, or I saw a man who was so well put together, and it made me think about how like so many.
I think she meant that there's a chop. That's
what I'm thinking. I think she meant ugly. Like I can't lie. I don't think that. I think she tried to spin it, but I don't think that she meant that it's because it was put together. she was trying to do damage control with people, and I'll come.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it damage control?
That's what I'm saying. Because if the initial video was, oh, I saw a man who was so well put together, it just made me realize that actually so many men have potential to be so much more attractive if they put themselves together. Like, and then she did the Insta video. That's calm. I think that you backtracked, which is, you know what, heard man.
Because sometimes it's too much.
Sometimes it is too much. You have to backtrack. But I think you backtracked off the back of a kind of weird video with a weird sentiment anyway, which was just like, I'm so gassed, I saw a good looking man. Like, honestly, I guess. And then like, I don't know, like I literally don't know what to say, because it's just like, imagine if a man had come on the internet and said like, for the first time in age I've seen a woman who's actually good looking, and not actually good looking, she's wearing modest clothing. I would just be like, man, like, oh, do you know what I mean? So I don't know, that's my initial like opinion on it. Obviously, like, 'cause I haven't seen the content, I'm not trying to cuss the babe either. I'm just saying that, like, what was it all for?
Yeah,
you know, like, guys, use your group chats. I don't know, use your group chats. Like, yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I think that, what does average mean?
What do you mean?
Average means 6'5".
God,
like 6
How
or 5.
sweaty.
God,
I'm big. Oh, okay.
I think even in height.
No,
I was
it's
gonna say,
like 6'5" average. No, average means like average. But I think that when you then see above average, like that is normal. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
you've lost me.
I think that the expectation of people looking. This is
okay, I know what you're saying. I have to follow you. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Is like,
it's not like we're meant to be average. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the average person is average. Like, most people are average, and like we all expect, like, because I think especially with social media we are constantly seeing like beauty, but like
that's not real life.
Back in the day, you just see whoever was the longest in your community was the longest.
That was it. That was your local 10. Everybody else was now based upon this local 10. That is how that all works. Yeah, bro. That's
so
how it all works.
To go out and expect that when I go out I'm going to see
the sexiest people ever,
Greek gods everywhere I go, it's just delusional to me. Like,
but people think, guys, when it's the younger generation, I told you guys, this is what I was saying about like the BBLs and stuff, because it really concerns me. Really, I don't know. Maybe it's because I have a younger sister? No, that's a lie. That's a lie. That is a lie. But it's just I'm seeing how maybe it was my. I'm saying it was like I didn't just delete TikTok yesterday. Guys, it's a problem. But anyway,
TikTok every
other day. It's really bad.
Every time we record this, God says she's deleted TikTok. But I saw her repost. I literally saw her repost.
You know, I wanted, because I felt so ashamed of myself. I'll stop reposting like stuff I wanted to repost. But then I just said, fuck it, like I'm gonna repost. Reposting again. At the end of the day, I'm not meant to be here, but I'm here. But anyway, I digress. What was I saying? Maybe it's just my algorithm. I'll see girls, beautiful girls, all different types of girls, because that's what I'm saying. Beauty is not monolithic. Hey, monolithic, exactly. Mm-hmm. There's not just one type of beauty. Of course, there's conventional attractiveness, but that even differs from country to country. Yeah. So whatever. I'll see all these different types of girls, like unique girls. Maybe like one girl with red hair. I saw another like maybe like Arab girl, and they'll say, "Guys, am I chapped?" And these girls will be beautiful. Or it might just be that like they have a few more years to grow into their features. Do you get what I mean?
But do you know what that reminds? Oh, sorry, no, go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. Yeah, I'm gonna round up. Wait, it's a very short point. But I just think that was that good? Yeah, social media shows you all these like beautiful like 10 out of 10s, but that's just not real life. And I think that because there's a certain type of beauty that's being pushed on social media, not real life, that's why everyone's so much in their heads about what's chopped, what's average, what's this, what's that, but that's just not real life.
Yeah. And most average Joes are going to be with an average Joe. That's just unfortunately, that's just how it is. A 6 is probably gonna maybe with a 6.5 or a 7. I'm not saying anyone is a 6 or like we should,
but like
in numbers.
Most people end up finding people that
within that. Yeah.
Like I don't know. My thing is, I remember watching a video. I think her name's from Lashe. I'm about to say it how I say it. I don't think that's the last name. It's either Lashe or Elizabeth. I can't remember, but I'll find the video and I'll send it to for editing. And she made a really good point that I think I've been banging on about this for a very long time. I do agree because social media, but also like this is a very normal thing. Like media has existed beyond social media. We have forgotten what it looks like to look at somebody and say what you can appreciate about their beauty, if that makes sense. Like people are fed to us as this is a beautiful person, accept it. Like this is what beauty looks like, accept it. Instead of like people being able to recognize actually your individual features make so much sense. Like you're actually very good looking. I think a good example is if we look at it in the context of like colorism and stuff. Everybody assumes that if somebody's light skinned, they are beautiful. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm seeing ugly light skinned people. I'm just saying that I've definitely seen people who, if we remove colorism for a second, what is different about your features than this person's features? You are just considered attractive because once again society, blah blah blah, you're light skinned. But like we're not used to looking at people and being like, your features really suit you, your hair really suits you, your eyes really suit you. Oh my god, the combination of your eyes, your nose, your lips, that makes so much sense. Instead, we'll be like, if your eyes were on this thing,
this is literally something I'm literally
being.
Confession time. I literally was like really deep in this lately because I've been on social media a lot lately, and I've found myself being like, do you know what? This square head could a little bit of a. I want a bit of an overall face, and then I realized like, I was doing this to people on the train. Like I would literally be on the train. I'll be looking at like, oh my gosh, like. I said, that's something's nice, but like, maybe we change your hair a little bit. And I said, what are you doing? What are you actually doing?
There's a new concept.
I made an effort to be like, every time I look at someone in my head, I have to be, if I want to like say, oh, your hair's a bit too short, maybe if only you had like long hair, I'm like, no, okay, what's beautiful about this person? Or okay, you have a beautiful smile. I just quickly try to think of something else, because why am I analyzing people? Because I'm so used to like scrolling on my phone and be like, oh, okay, this is nice. Yeah. No, okay, no, this is not nice. I think maybe she just did this a bit more. He did this a bit more. Are you the judge of life? Do you get what I'm saying? And I feel like we are constantly, okay, maybe not we, but I felt like I was then being in a space where I was becoming very critical. Because I was becoming critical of myself, I was then becoming critical of other people.
This happened to me as well.
Because I feel like this is what the standard is, and like we need to match to the standard, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think
that's always changing.
There's another kind of upcoming concept, and I can't remember the exact name of it, but essentially it's aligning your physical presence to what you believe your digital presence is. So you know when there was that video about what's that video? She's known for her bright underwear. Literally, her name's oh my god, Mela Child. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So you know how she was talking about how on the camera she needs to look this way, and so it's easier for her to transform her physical being into what she needs to look like on camera than it is to just be herself on both social media and in real life. There was a really good video essay that I watched about this, and like there was a whole concept and like a lot of terminology around it, but essentially it was saying that it's becoming very normal to see aesthetics online and to believe that you need to transform yourself into a digital version of yourself, right? Know the video and then a few other people started speaking about it, so I've been really involved in like engaging in this topic recently because I think it's very real. And in the same way, like I think the reason why I've actually never really bought into this is because when I was younger, I was so obsessed with dystopian fiction, like to the point that it's all I read. Like as a child, I only read like every single dystopian trope you can think of. I know that back to front. And one of my favorite trilogies or series, I think it's 4 books now, is the Uglies series. Gonna say that, and this is like, people don't understand we're seeping into that. Like essentially the key part of Uglies that is relevant here is you become a pretty by undergoing this surgery. Yes, the surgery eats part of your brain, you become very stupid, but ultimately it's a signal to society that you're of age, you're officially wealthy enough and deserving to have a good life, like deserving enough of having a good life, right? And that's what I think we are starting to edge towards is, we say everybody looks the same, everybody looks the same. I think we're starting to find that there is a look that signals that you are beautiful and worthy and rich enough to have certain things in life, right? And that's where this whole am I chopped thing is coming from. It's not am I actually ugly, it's do you guys think I'm levels? Like, do you think I'm there? Do you know what I mean? And that's why I think that, going back to the original video that Ati's talking about, I think it's just everybody is losing sight of what it is to just look at somebody and be like, that's a human being, man. Like that's a real person. Like I still think her video is kind of odd because I don't know why I'd come on the internet and say, wow, it's a good looking man.
I think it's
I
social
think she's
media.
such a
That's
graphic.
social
I
media
think
in
it's
general.
personal
People come
opinion.
and make think pieces
And I
about
think
I
you.
see hot men all the time. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
She came on the internet to get clicks from girls.
Actually,
to be
doesn't
like,
see hot men because she height discriminates, by the way. I just want to put that out there because I think it's very
Yo,
important.
you
And if I start
crazy,
baiting out her
girl.
thing,
This
if I
girl's
start baiting out
crazy.
her thing, if I start baiting out her
This
thing,
girl's
yeah.
crazy.
Atty thinks that height above all, but I'm just saying that if I like to look beyond height. They're gonna boo me, yeah. But I've said that I don't care about height.
Fez.
I see a lot of hot men. Like if you're hot, you're hot. This is what I'm saying. Though. It's the same thing. If you're hot, you're hot. What does your height have to do with? Sorry, this is no judgment to the point.
I can appreciate a good-looking short man.
Heard. I just think that what's your height got to do with the fact that you're hot? Not all of you can be 6'5". Like that's okay. You're still so good. You little tiny man. You're so good looking. Like I need you to know that you're loved. Do you know what I mean? Like you're good looking. I don't know what to tell you. Like the fact that you're not tall doesn't distract from the fact that you have features that I would consider to be nice. Like if you were a bit taller, would I be willing to appreciate? Guys, I'll give a heck. If you're hot, you're hot. Do you know what I mean? Like that goes for everybody. I can't really put it towards like a certain aesthetic, a certain background, whatever. We can appreciate culture, context. Like I said, you exist and all that comes for you, blah blah blah. But in general, like people need to get used to looking at something and being like, actually, this is a good. Like maybe you're not white. If we use society standards, if you're not white and blonde, you're all ugly. Sorry. So let's look beyond, guys.
And that's what confuses me about black. Because when I was getting confused about. Like I said with the whole BBL, the this and the thinking, I think I said this in season 1 finale, I was thinking, like, maybe I could do some Botox. Can you hear word? I'm not even 25, Botox. It doesn't really make sense, but I've been seeing it on social media and it shrinks your jaw, so I was thinking, maybe.
Yeah.
But, what was I saying? Black people? Yes, and I was thinking about conventional attractiveness, whatever that really means. I still don't really understand that all the way. But I was thinking, actually, based by like that type of conventional attractiveness, I'm not even the beauty standard anyway. So what is all of this palaver about?
Yeah.
I'm a dark-skinned woman. I'm not winning anywhere, other than maybe like Africa. But then even then, there's colorism. So
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't. Like the new trend is facial balancing. I don't know if you guys know.
I know. I've been seeing
Of course we know about
everyone,
facial balancing.
Do a little facial balancing.
Guys, once you start, you're not.
I know.
You
I
know
know.
the
I
list
will
will
stop.
be, bro. You're not.
You're gonna
You're not
lift
going to
one cheek. You're gonna say the other cheek is lower. You're gonna lift the other cheek. Before you know it, your face is just.
And literally,
Just
Shay
like
sent me a clinic or something. This girl, very unique features. Now, carbon copy.
God,
The same
you look like
looks.
everyone else. You know everyone else, and like I said, I think we need to shift our perspective in terms of, is this one look what we've now determined is, like, I'm very big on discussing social currencies, and I think that if we're going to decide this one look is the new standard in terms of like the pinnacle of society, like you're going to gain more social currency if you're looking that way, let's all just accept that. I'm not going to buy into it because I think it's just, first of all, it's expensive, it's wasting my time, it's going to hurt. Like I don't care enough.
It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt. I just don't care enough. But like, let's all be real. Let's be frank. And let's be Lampard. Like, I don't think there's any point in us wasting like time saying, well, no, I just feel like if I got this eyebrow lifted just this much, then no. What you're saying is that you believe that you're gonna have a better standard of living if you look like all these people on social media. If you have that one look, like trends don't stop at fashion. I say this all the time. And bodies, while people don't want to accept it, bodies have always been a part of fashion. Women's bodies have always been a part of fashion, right? So if you want to talk, everybody say, oh, it's not political, it's not deep, fine.
It's deeper than deep.
You guys go and do what you need to do in it. But I just think that, like once to get back to your video, this whole, if I only saw a good looking man, what does good looking even mean to you? Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys. To me, a lot of men look the same. I'm gonna be so frank, man. Okay, look, as somebody who has 4 types, I put everyone in genres in it. So there's genres of men, but I just feel like in general, if you saw that man, you're gonna see him again 11 times if you just go somewhere. Like, I just think touch some grass in it. I don't know, like, is that wrong for me to say just go outside? Because I don't think you go outside enough. Because wherever that man is, he's surrounded by 15 more of him. No shade in it. Like, if you're hot, you're hot. Like I said, like, congratulations. But
What does okay?
no, because
I don't find that. I don't know. I feel like, obviously, I don't think the guy should have been coming to insult her like you're ugly anyways, because
It's unnecessary.
It's unnecessary. It's just what was that gonna do for you? Did she say you're ugly?
She didn't say you specifically. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what was your trigger. Why are you triggered?
Why are you
But
triggered?
also, if she was more attractive, would it be okay that she said it? And that's the thing. And the answer is yes, by the way.
No, but then they'll still nitpick. I've seen it.
No,
I've seen it
you're
with
right.
my
They'll
own
find a way.
eyes.
They'll find a way.
They will find a way to insult her regardless.
But I just feel I feel like, sorry, I just lost what I was gonna say. I feel like it's just like, okay, ... Like,
is it just like,
it's just like,
what was your point exactly?
I think what she thought was like, you know how like there's been a lot of topic around like, oh, what's the niggas at? Like, where's all the fight?
It would be like, oh,
Yeah,
what's
that's
up?
what I feel, that is a bit-
But
that
the
is a
girls
topic.
agreed. That's what I'm saying. The girls agreed. The men, I said agrees. The men didn't.
And I think it's fair to agree because I'm gonna keep it $150. In general, women are more attractive than men. Sorry to say it, but like, there's just so much more.
But
to
that is
appreciate.
actually the.
So that's just the fact of the matter.
That is
It's
a
like, when,
fact.
like in general, women don't find the same standard. When you go out, you'll be like, wow, look at that babe, look at that babe, look at that. And you'll be like, look at that one man over there in the corner.
That everybody
like
wants
that
because
everybody's not
because we
looking at
all
because
know
he's
he's
in
the
corner.
only one good
So
looking
it's not
man
even
there.
that I don't hear that. Like I actually do hear it in terms of like general, you know, like the best example is Obi's house. I'm sorry. God, everybody was so fan of Obi's house. All the babes were so fan of Obi's house.
Definitely, 100%.
Like, as in, I literally had a guy say like, "Raw, like this,
there
is,
are
this is
women.
crazy,
Spots for choice.
crazy."
And they
Yeah,
always
do women
are.
feel the same?
No.
No, you know, it is what it is.
But I feel like that's how life has always
It's because of
been.
social
That's how
currency.
it always
Because
has
I-
been.
Guys, it all connects.
Yeah.
It all connects.
And one, I also feel like I don't know if this is scientifically proven, but like the girls are like the guy is chasing in it. Like you're chasing something.
Oh,
Do you know what I'm saying? So I
yes.
think that in most
Biological
relationships, the girl is going to be
better looking,
better looking than the man because
that
like,
makes sense because he had to chase something.
you have to chase something. Like the girls are the standouts. Anyways, maybe I'm really sexist, but the girl should be the standout in the. Sorry.
No, but this is what I'm saying once again about social
But that's
currency.
the way we
And I spoke about this
socialise.
multiple
We
times.
spoke about this.
As a man, your social currency lies within somewhat your humor, but also
Your
your
humour.
money, right?
Humour,
Like
money,
your
yeah.
what you have is ultimately your social currency.
A woman is part of that.
Sorry
though.
to say,
Because
in
a woman is
society,
part of
a woman
it.
is part of what you have.
Have.
I'm not saying I agree. This is just the way society is built up, right? A woman is part of what you have. So you want an attractive woman because it adds to your social currency. A woman wants to be attractive because, and I spoke about this the other day, a woman wants to be attractive, like, and this goes back to your video about looking chops, blah, 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 blah. Women are more likely to think about putting themselves together well because when you go out, your social currency is based on did men move to you, what caliber of men moved to you, how did they show that they thought you were attractive. And so this is why you see like dress codes for places that we go is women need to have bang 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 bang,
Makeup.
and then it's like men just don't wear
Don't
sports
wear
shoes.
trainers.
You know that tracksuit.
No shoes or a bubble. That's really what they say, and maybe no hats, maybe no tracksuits. If you
Maybe
got
that's
enough
even a
money,
maybe.
those rules don't even apply to you. Even as a baby, if you have money, the expectation is still that you will come and you come on
look
code,
correct,
right?
yeah.
Because that's how social currency works. Those are the rules of society. So I think it's fair to say that you don't really see often men putting themselves together in the same intentional way as women do because it's not as much of a need for you. Like guys, a man can have one pair of jeans,
And he'll be fine.
he'll be alright.
He'll still be able to get the same amount of women. Like that's just the way it
Yeah.
works.
I was
He's gonna be
literally-
alright. Do
it's
you know what I mean?
literally
It's not the same as a woman.
But
like,
we've been
and it
programmed
just is
to
what
do
it
this
is.
since we were children.
I was
It is what
literally
it
going to
is.
say because I was listening to a podcast and it was like talking about evolution, and it was talking about how what men are attracted to, what attracts each other according to evolution. So like for women, according to evolution, they're attracted to humor. A guy who's like a little bit gay because it shows like a certain
I have a video to add to. Yo, go.
also like humor because it shows like you're compassionate and it shows like you're smart and risk takers. So a lot of risk takers tend to be rich. So it shows like you are a protector and stuff like that, that you're able to protect the
Provide,
camp or
all that
whatever.
good stuff, yeah.
And then for women, it's always been beauty and body because it shows that you're fertile. And there's something else.
Yeah, you
but
said that's more for the
there was
women,
something
please.
else. There's something else, but it was basically just came down to like what is going to attract you. The man at first is mainly
Gonna be
physical,
physicals, yeah.
and then for
That's a
women
physical
it's more like your heart, your intention, and stuff like that. So like,
Guys, let me be super real. Women didn't care. No shade. A lot of women didn't care about cars and watches until we realized that they signal something to other people. So it's like, it's same with careers as well. Like a lot of women want people in certain careers because it signals something to certain people. When you go out, like I said, you can have one pair of jeans. You got a nice watch. Guys,
You're good to go.
You got a nice car.
They're actually good to go for.
Like,
I just
it's
feel like, are we
those are
that
the things that we
cheap?
look at.
Are we actually that cheap?
Actually, I'm not cheap. I believe I'm not cheap. I'm not cheap.
My heart hurts.
I
guys.
believe that I'm not cheap.
My
I'm sorry.
heart hurts.
I'm not cheap. I'm
My
not
heart
cheap.
hurts. Like when you go
Probably.
outside and you see all the cars. First of all, clean up crew. your time is coming. I'm coming for you guys. Don't worry. Like I've really had one video about you guys, but I'm coming for more. Clean Up Crew will now like have all their cars, right? All of their cars, ambient lighting. You have the sunroof open, whatever. They're playing music for the balloons. And then I watch some of you babes flock to those cars, and I just say, guys, please.
It's quite sad.
Do you know what Clean Up Crew implies? It implies that you're trash, guys. Please,
Jesus,
please, guys.
It's true because it's the end of like it's actually the
Thank you.
it's the leftovers. It's what happens the leftovers because if you actually stay, it's actually very rude.
The feeling of being picked up after motive, it's like, do you know?
It's not real. It's actually the leftovers. Everyone has left. It's about what's available.
I hate the gallivanting after a motive.
Wait, just give it too much. I enjoy a gallivant in it.
No, I don't mind. I don't like it.
To a certain degree.
After a while, when it's given like you're about to like actually clean up,
I can't do that.
Then
I can't do that. Let's keep it fun, keep it fun, keep it fresh.
I
thought you were gonna say.
No, not recess land.
Oh my God.
I have PTSD from when we went to Hoyle Boys after party. And we're there till when they were packing
the chairs. Because my mum always told me that don't be the person when they're packing the chairs.
But yeah, I just don't really like that. Like, and I think obviously, the initial thing about Clean Up Crew was like, oh, you've built a rapport inside, and then you guys now like, afterwards you're chilling.
No, but that's what I said.
People now come in afterwards. So this is what's to get my point is that do you know what it implies to say that you are Clean Up Crew, guys? Guys, don't please. It actually makes me really upset because you'll see the finest babes, and it's like, babe, you put on your heels and you put that wig on your head.
But then do you know
and you enter this man's car with 4 other women in the back. Why?
Do you know what? Why? Sometimes the girls would just do that so they can get a lift home.
And then when you say that you're going to Peckham and he turns right, and now suddenly you're in Canning Town, what are you gonna do?
I mean, I've done it before. Anyway, moving on.
You're part of them.
No, I'm not part of Clean Up Crew. I just. It's cheaper. It was anyway.
But anyway, all I have to say, I do still agree with the point in terms of like it is nice when you see a man who puts effort into actually putting himself together beyond the like the financials and like okay, cool, you have money, but like not to be rude, when I look at you. And I see you don't look well kept. I'm sorry. So like I actually do agree with that. I don't think that like, and it's very interesting because a man went viral on TikTok this week for doing his maintenance day for Fete de la Music, and everybody called him gay. All he did was go get his nails trimmed and get his hair done and get a trim. They called him gay. So it's like, also as babes, like, what do you guys want? Because I think it was actually satire, like it was just banter, because it was like, oh, like girls do this maintenance day thing, I want to do it too. And then the comments were very split in terms of some girls being like, oh, I actually like this, like yeah, you should take care of yourself, and the others being like, oh, like as a man, cool. So if a man comes to you with gnarly ass fingernails, no trim, like knees, I don't even know, like everything's just all over the place, like what's the do you know what I mean?
Which one is it?
So what is it? Like I don't know. Ultimately, I just think everyone needs to go outside. That's always
I
like
just
a
think that we need to
everyone
stop measuring humans' looks on, like humans are not meant to be rated on a quantitative scale.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Social media is just social media. I remember this girl saying something and I really liked it. Like, it's not real in terms of that. It's another space in our world, if that makes sense. Like it's literally not real. And I think that, like you were saying, when you look at someone specifically and you see how their specific features mesh together to create like a beautiful face, that is what our personalities do. Do you know what I mean? That is what brings us up. Like someone could be a 5 in looks, and then you get to meet them and you get to know them, they turn to a 10. And the opposite, someone could be a 10, which I've seen multiple times, and you talk to them and you're just like I don't even want to associate myself with you. But human beings, we're meant to be more than just our looks.
How about maybe working on your character?
Because how about that? How about that?
Especially the answers.
Because how about that? And you can be beautiful and have no confidence, and then again you go down.
Nothing.
So I just think like she said, touch some grass.
Touch some grass, man.
Touch some grass. Go outside.
You know, and not good. Anyway,
what do you say?
I was gonna say everyone is yapping, but like, what if your child ends up being not the good-looking guy? So what are you gonna do then? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, stop talking the hardest. Like, you don't know what people are going through or whatever. And it's most of the time people are
go on thinking that it's gonna be something completely different. Like, I don't know what was gonna come off,
but like, you just have to be careful with how you speak about other people, because at the end of the day, that's someone's child. And it always brings me back to this point. Like, most of the time, we are not insecure about stuff until someone just says a little comment. Like, there's little things that someone has said in the past, saying like, "Oh, your head, why's your head like that?" And then from there, now it takes me 20 years to now get over that. So like, let's not add to other people and make them feel more insecure. It's okay. The way you are is fine. Work on your character.
At least you have your health.
Be fixed in 5 minutes. Don't say it all. Like,
because shut up. Just shut up and just shut up. Just touch some grass. You know, What about your health? I think that's also another thing because looks. What did they say? Like, you can have... Oh, yeah, I forgot what this guy said. It was like, you can have 99 problems until you have a health problem, and then you only have one problem.
Exactly.
So I think we should just, like, cool it down.
Yeah.
Life is bigger than all of this, man. I don't know.
It has to be. It is.
Like I said, even making a video just say you saw a good-looking guy,
It's corny, it's whack.
I'm sorry, like, it is. I don't... And I think, like I said, you were doing damage control, and I really do hear that. But
That's what I'm saying. I think it was...
I can't imagine going on the net and being like, oh my god, guys, I just saw a good looking man, he waved at me, and it's just like...
No, I'm so, like, that was some hours ago, and I'm still feeling happy, you know, I'm still feeling overjoyed. God help
If that's
us.
what's making you happy, then anyway, Sha, I hope you find joy in everything.
Maybe
like
misplaced priorities. I don't know.
It is misplaced priorities, man. Imagine a good looking man about you. That's it. That's what you want to next. Did you forget his number or anything?
No, she said that he waved at her, but that was it. He was driving. But anyway, what I was gonna say was so rude.
No, let's keep it nice.
Sorry.
Okay. What's the next topic? Oh, are we done with that?
Yeah, we're done now. That's the end of the hot
Topics.
end of hot topics.
I'm on a Valley.
Like,
I'm thinking
Who's
about
editing this?
me.
Is it me?
It's me.
It's you
Me.
just casually...
Oh, yeah, I've
it's
been
right,
watching
it's
this
me.
thing.
I've been watching her.
Oh shit! Now I'm like, oh, which one? Where should I go?
Sorry guys, I've honestly seen so many hot men. Like, I know people are wondering where they're at. I know I'm
Don't
outside of
know,
others, but I've seen so many
man.
good looking men.
Really?
Yep.
But to be fair with me, I have very specific. I think I'm just too specific. That's actually the issue. I don't know what the specifics are, but I don't be seeing it like that.
That's why everyone should have 4 types like I do.
I have a lot of types.
I have a lot of types.
No, you
I'm
don't.
Fluid.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Actually, don't.
I'm
No,
fluid
you
in terms
don't.
of race. That's something. That's the fluidity.
Light
but-
skin or dark skin?
No, light skin, dark skin, Arab.
You
It's true. Okay, back me up.
She does have she actually has a very fluid type, but I think that they all go into a specific type of.
The Arabic
they-
question.
They're
We're being recorded.
different, but like
Oh, you
it's
can
just
cut
like
out.
they're different in like like the soap box. Like
Like, they're all the same.
they're all the same,
but they have
like,
the
they're
different outline.
Yeah, that's like your type.
That was really poetic.
It was good
I love
analogy.
Sha? Next topic?
Because next topic, which is, do I really want to get into religion right now? My head is really starting to hurt me. I don't want to talk about men. Men.
Do religion. What's the
What's
topic
about
of
the
religion?
strips one?
Steps, you know. Steps.
Video.
Steps. Okay. What
Ooh,
is,
hot topics for
but is that
real.
not? No, we're gonna do it as a grey area because it can be a grey area
Go
as
ahead.
well. Cool. So you said go ahead, Myra.
Hi guys, welcome to the grey area. It's kind of a blanket space where we talk about anything we want to talk about. It can be it's normally something we're kind of going through or thinking about, and we want opinions on or want to discuss. Just like in a very safe, open space. Emphasis on safe and open. Yeah,
Highlight the word safe.
safe and open. There's typically, like I said, 5 of us, and we all have very different thoughts, opinions, feelings, backgrounds, etc. The key of the grey area is to be happy to share and discuss in a nice, healthy way. If you are new here, or if we've never actually explained the grey area before, please bear that in mind. Like, everybody has very different relationships with everything. So, yeah, that's the grey area.
Period.
Eddie.
Thank you, I like that. Okay, so again, insert clip, but long story short, I never saw I heard about it in another podcast. It was this guy. Context. I'm gonna have to do some. Maybe I don't know how I'm gonna edit this. I actually don't know who the guy is. Who's
I
the
can
guy?
explain it.
Sebs, do you know?
So it's
do you
this
know?
guy who started off, I think, on social media running jokes and making music, kind
Okay.
of. And he posted a video.
As a Christian, I say Jesus' name is above all names, including Muhammad's. What am I supposed to say? It's the other way around?
Wait, who said that? It was me, I said it.
I want you to also know that if you are another religion, I love you. But I do not respect your religion.
I think he named other religions as well. And so there was controversy on 2 sides. In fact, I'll even say there was multiple points of view. But some people were now frustrated because they were saying that, we agree with you. Like your tone was off, but we agree with you. However, you have to recognize that your tone was off, and you shouldn't be denouncing it in this way where you're like pointing at other religions. Other people were like, no, if you're Christian, like you shouldn't disagree with his message, and then people were like, well, I'm not disagreeing with his message. I'm just saying that the way in which the message came across is, as Christians, you lead with love. The message didn't feel filled with love and genuine like intent in terms of like just discussing and saying that you need to be proud to say that this is, you believe in this God and this God only. It just took a very weird turn in terms of like the way in which everything was said. Ati will insert the clip, but that's as much content as I can provide without saying it word for word, really and truly. Anything I missed?
No.
Swag.
Thank you.
Sorry?
What do you guys think? Do you think it's that deep? The thing is, context also, I never saw the part where he denounced the other gods. I just saw him saying that there's only one God, which is the Christian God. And I was just thinking, is this what the uproar was about? I don't get it. But now that I know that there was name dropping, I don't know, man.
I feel like for me, I don't think the name dropping is the problem for me. I think the problem is because if you are saying that Jesus is the only true God, you're still
denouncing other
you're
gods
still denouncing
anyway.
other gods. Like at the end of the day, you're still saying the same thing. I think the problem is how are you actually portraying yourself as Christ-like in this situation. I think when we look at Paul and how like he would evangelize, like when he went to I think he was in Athens at the time.
What?
Athens, is it Athens?
What's that?
In
Greece. Athens.
Athens.
I was like, hey, this is a new place. Maybe it's a biblical
I
place.
thought, I was like, maybe
No,
Athens.
Athens.
Yeah.
So when he would speak to the Greeks, they were like, they had a space for unknown gods, and then he would go to them and be like, that unknown God is the true God, who is like Jesus Christ, and then he used that gap to then evangelize to them. So I think it's not about, he didn't go there and now barricaded them and said like, he used the knowledge that they had and the information that they had to then persuade them into becoming Christ-like. Becoming a Christian. So I think the gospel already is very offensive because it highlights that you are a sinner. Like most of the time, like when you really deep and boil it down to what it is, it's just like, ouch, you're actually hurting me. So we don't need to add to the offense. It does it by itself. So I think when we are going to preach the gospel, it's very, very important that we come in like not a persuasive way, but like in a nice way that is, you're still speaking truth, but you're also speaking in love.
So it's the tone.
It's the tone, I think. I haven't really seen much of the hoo-ha. I always skip this sort of information because it's like, I know I'm going to get triggered, so I just skip it. But I think from what I've heard so far, I think a lot of people have an issue with his tone, and I also think that when people are insulting you, we can, as Christians, we can hide it under the umbrella of I'm just being zealous. But like, because
they're mad because I'm so
you're mad because like you've disrespected me, but like I can then use that. I can give you an uppercut, but then just say like, "Oh no, I'm just being I'm just defending the faith." Like, what you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're backtracking.
But you're not actually doing that, because if we look at your heart posture at this moment, is your heart actually truly in this moment in the right place? And are you truly doing this out of love? And is there a little bit of vengeance in this?
I'd say vengeance and vanity, both. Ati, thoughts?
UV. Oh, no.
What do you think? No, because you brought it to the...
I don't
What are your
actually...
initial thoughts?
Do I have initial... No, I thought he just said the first part, so I didn't have any issue with that. I just thought it's really that serious. Like, I felt as if... What do they call it? What's our generation? Damn it, I've forgotten.
Gen Z?
No, there's a word for it, but I've completely forgotten that we're just a bit too soft. That's what I thought.
Oh.
Like, there's a word for it, but I've forgotten the word, the term. But I just thought
they always say there's a word.
There's a word, but I forgot the word, Shabba. I just thought we were a bit too soft. Like, I think that it's just, life is so interesting because we're in a generation where there are so many, like, we're so accepting of just different things that weren't accepted before, but at the same time, we're also so sensitive. Maybe because we're trying to allow everybody's voice to be heard. But I don't know where the balance is, because to me, it's just not that serious. Because, like, if you believe it, you believe it. If you don't, you don't, then keep it pushing.
Yeah.
I think that when I heard about the denouncing thing, I was thinking, my thing is, like you said with the girl making the video, I think sometimes, like, what is the purpose of this? What is the end goal of this? Because now you've come to say that, and then you've also denounced, like, specific people's faiths. What do you want us to do with that? What we had to do, like, for real? What was the point?
Yeah.
Well, where were you going?
That's
were
why
you
I said
doing it on purpose?
sometimes it gives vanity, because I have a very different relationship with religion, which I'll get into, but I think that sometimes people have a very interesting habit of coming on the internet and inciting outrage because they weren't willing to be considerate of the fact that you've come on the internet and you're going to name religions and name people's faiths. And let's be real, like, if it had been the other way around, it would have been the same uproar. I think that acting like people are wrong for saying, I would have appreciated you keeping my religion out of this, is very strange. But in saying that, I think that it's so interesting how people in the comments said, oh, you guys are lesser Christians, because why would this video even be a reason why you wouldn't, like, why are you not backing the message? And people were like, I'm not saying that he's wrong. I'm a Christian. I also believe that there's one God. But what I am saying is I would never come on the internet and make such a brash is the best word kind of video. And then when people come at me and they say, we love that you're passionate about Christianity, however, I don't think that this is the way to go about it. Like I said, what was the purpose of the video? You're gonna act like everybody's crazy, like, and that doesn't make sense to me. I like to talk about, like, a little bit of context. So what a huge reason, or part of the reason why I've left the church as a whole, is because of stuff like this. I think that people like to act like if you're passionate about Christ, you need to do so in a way that you don't care about offending other people, and I really disagree with that. As somebody who, like, I spoke about this kind of earlier, right? Like, earlier this week, you know, the call we had, like, I sometimes have blinders on, right, when I do certain things, and I can appreciate that I'm not as necessarily, like, maybe emotional in terms of, like, a lot of different emotions as other people, but I find myself to be very sympathetic, and when I do, really empathetic person, and so I don't find it hard to put myself in the shoes of others. I think that saying that, oh, you're going to offend people, you should be okay with that, is a very strange thing for me to process, because I can appreciate that some of my beliefs might not align with others. That doesn't mean that I need to go out of my way to offend them to prove that I'm passionate about my relationship with God. And it's one of the reasons why, like I said, I left the church, and, like, it was a really big conversation with my parents. And let me tell you guys a mini story about why it happened. So I was leaving, so I hadn't been to my regular church in a while. Like, it'd been a minute since I'd been there. I grew up in that church. I was born in the church, raised in the church. My whole family, you know, when you have families that are just, like, bait in church. My family's one of those. Like, we've been in the church since it first began, right? And so I've always seen my church life and my family as another part of my family. Like, this is my extended family, right? So I think it'd been a minute since I'd been to church, because I had, like, other commitments on Sundays at that time. So I'd either log on online, or I just, like, have to miss, unfortunately, catch up later in the week. So I went for, like, the first time in a few weeks, and it was my first time driving to church, because normally I just go with the family car. If you go to a black church, you understand how chaotic the car park can be, especially if you go to, like, a Pentecostal church. This car park is not a car park, it's just a plot of land that they just tell you, park there, park there, park there, park there, park there. Cool. So every car's kind of on top of each other. I parked my car where the uncles, the site team told me to park my car. Calm. Went in. I was even parked next to one of my boys. We've gone into church now. Calm. I don't like to hang around after church. I like to, like, greet. I say hello. I say, you know, but then I enjoy leaving. I don't really, like, you know, after I've said everything, it's a lot. I like to just decompress and drive home. So cool. So I told and I was even going to an event after. So I said my highs and byes to people I hadn't seen in a minute. I go to my car. Guys, less than 20 minutes. I promise you, less than 20 minutes after the service had actually, after we said grace and they'd blown the trumpet, less than 20 minutes, I was out. They're, like, where I'd parked was blocking a couple people, right? So I didn't realize, and everybody knows me, as soon as I realized, once again, I've offended somebody, or I've done something that kind of, like, pushes something out of someone's way, I apologize. It's how I was raised as well. My nature, and I think Shay was, you know, we were talking about, like, greeting. I was also raised to be somebody who kneels. Like, it's such a default reaction in me that when I see old people, I kneel.
At work, I've been kneeling down all the time.
It's so, like, it really confuses people, because people be like, oh, my God, and I'm like, no, but, like, it's just, I don't even think about it. It's just, I see older people and I just naturally, at least a little bend of the knee. So I've got into my car, I realized I'm blocking people. I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I knelt to literally everyone around me. I made sure that they saw it, acknowledged it, whatever. I was about to get to my car. One uncle came up to me, like I said, first time I've been to church in a very, like, quite a while, actually. This one uncle ran up to me, he started yelling in my face. I think, first of all, it was a combination of who he saw come to the car, because had it been an older gentleman, he wouldn't have done that. But I came to the car, can't lie, we come to church, I was like a leather jacket. Even my boy was in a leather jacket. Like, we come to church, like, we're youth, bro. It's not that serious. I'm not inappropriate. I'm just in jeans and a leather jacket with my hat on, like, vibes, you know? So I think when he saw that I'd come to the car, his first reaction, he just yelled at me. How dare you take this long to get out of church? How dare you? Like, guys, he yelled at me for, like, a straight 15-ish minutes. And I just stood there. I was just like, what's going on? The first issue for me was that the site team didn't offend me, and I think that's a whole other thing in of itself, because those are men that have also been a part of raising me. I don't know where this man came from. Come to find out, that's one of my dad's friends. They're in this whole church ministry group, whatever. Clearly, he just didn't recognize me. Fine, whatever. I don't really care. My main issue was that you've just come out of church. We've just all worshipped and fellowship together. I could be new. You don't recognize me, so I could be new to this church, and you've come and you've yelled at me, right? And he's tried to come at me in terms of, and this is where it goes back to this video, a place of like, yeah, but I know better. Like, I'm telling you that as somebody who's older, as somebody who has been here longer. And I was like, longer? First of all, you're newer to the church than I am. Maybe that's why you don't recognize me. Like, I've been at this church for my whole 24 years of life. I don't know who this man is. No shade. You're clearly new here. Do you know what I mean? So the way he'd come at me was my final straw in terms of a lot of religion. I'm not saying that everybody's performative with it, but it's like, we've just come out of church. We've all been really peaceful, really like, you know, it's very family oriented. We're a huge family church or whatever. You don't know me. You haven't said hi to me. You haven't even pulled me to the side and said, hey, in future, please make sure you're out of church a little bit faster because you're blocking people, whatever. Guys, people have waited in their cars up to like an hour because their cars have been blocked before because it's black people things. But if your car's blocked, unfortunately, you gotta hold it. Do you know what I mean? Or the site team will come and announce, can you move your car? They take my car keys all the time. I don't mind people driving my car in the site team. They've been driving for years, whatever. Nobody had done that. So a combination of so many things were going through my mind. I was just like, you know what? I'm not coming back here because for a while I felt like we've been going in a very strange direction, which is whole topic for another day. But it was just like my first time back, and this is what I've had to deal with. This is not Christ-like. Like, I can't be in a space with people who want to rant at me and rave at me that, oh, you need to do your best to be a Christian, but like somebody who's older than you is an older man, you're yelling at me. I must have said, I was talking to the pastor actually, because like I said, I grew up in the church, the pastor knows me. He was like, well, even if you're talking to the pastor, you leave the pastor to come move your car. I said, bro, what are we doing here? Like, it's just not that serious. I was like, this is just so performative. Like, you're lying, because if pastor wants to talk to you, you take all the time in the world to talk to him. Like, I was literally just greeting. He was like, where have you been? You know, nice convo. Like, anyway, I apologized again, and then it became a whole thing. Like, afterwards, he called my dad. And the thing is, such a default reaction. Like, even if I'm not sorry, I'm not sorry. But I said, you know what, uncle, I'm so sorry. Yeah, got in my car and I drove off because what the heck? Do you know what I mean? But then when I got home, I told my parents, like, you know what, I don't really want to go to this church anymore. I think that if I'm going to do this, I need to find. I think everyone's a bit too comfortable with each other. Like, we've become too used to just like patterning people and assuming that you can do this to each other's kids. And no, I don't want to do that anymore. It's very Nigerian, and I think there's also I was about to roundabout. There's a conflation between faith and culture,
because I'm going to say
that is where I get annoyed. That is where I get annoyed
because
as well.
You said performative, and I was thinking,
yes. So this is what I think. I think that there's a conflation between faith and culture in a lot of these churches, which is why me, I'm personally looking for, I'm not saying a white church, you know, something a little bit less culture focused. But also I just think that if I'm going to be in a space where, because I can't explain to people, like, my relationship with God is very strong. Like, I say all the time, I'm a very prayer-oriented person, but not maybe in a traditional way. I have a very holistic relationship with religion and stuff. But I can't be somewhere where performance of being Christ-like comes above actually being Christ-like. And that's what sometimes it feels like with some people, and that's what sometimes feels like the videos and stuff like that. It's like you care more about being perceived to be the best Christian, and when you're in church, you're singing the loudest, you're crying the most, but like as soon as you step out of that building, it's like all of that just is washed away from you, and you forget to once again move through with love and compassion and be. Guys, kindness is such a big part of most religions, but of Christianity, it's the biggest part of our religion. And it's like people forget that as soon as they leave the building, your Christianity cannot start and end once you enter and leave the doors of the building of church, right?
I have a point after that, but
yeah. And like I said, I think also with the culture aspect of it, it's like there's an interesting uprising of youth churches and youth cultures when it comes to religion and stuff like that. And I think that's also why there's this idea that, like, in order for you to be, I think that that's another part of it. That it's like, I remember in Knots, like, there was this huge youth church. Yeah, there was a very big culture of as a youth, you know, as a trainee youth, whatever. I'm not gonna say I'm against them, but I do feel like sometimes, once again, this is where culture starts to leak in. We start talking about how people dress, what you're into, what you're involved in. You can't do this, you can do that, and it's like, I need everybody to remember that faith and culture and religion are not always the same. Religion has a dogmatic aspect to it, and like, I'm very interested in studying theology as well. I have a lot of interest. Sorry, guys. Theology dictates that if you're gonna do or practice religion, there's a dogma to it. That means that there are traditions, there are rules, there are ways in which you practice a religion. You can't just be part of a religion and there are no rules to it. Does that make sense? Religion is based on rules. Faith and spirituality aren't. So I know people run from the idea of like spirituality and stuff. My relationship with God is purely spiritual, like in the sense of like, it's so faith-based, it's so spiritual, like, and don't get me, like, read the Bible, etc., but I don't move through this idea of these are all the rules that I must follow within the Christian church in order to be like a perfect Christian, because there's no such thing as a perfect Christian, if I'm being really real with you guys. Like, as Christians, we are humans who are trying to be Christ-like. Therefore, we're just people. Like, it's ingrained in us, we're just people. The heart of man is wicked. That's what the Bible says. Like, you're doing your best to fight against your natural instinct to be a wicked person. I think just by doing that, you're doing a great job. And some people forget that aspect of it. It's like you said, like, one of my favorite Bible scriptures is that you should guard your heart because everything you do flows through it. And I think that a lot of people with that integration of culture is that they allow culture to poison their heart. So the things you start doing are flowing from a very wrong place. And that's what I'm saying. Social media, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be public on social media about your religion, but some of you are performing, and so you forget what the root and the importance of Christianity is, because you realize that for you to be successful on social media, you need to perform. And what do you perform to? Certain cultural aspects. You aim to like engage with what people are into right now, trends, I'm just not into all of that. I can't lie. Like I just want me and God to be like this, bro. Like we like this, bro. We're really locked in, and that's how my Christianity functions. Do you know what I mean? I've really struggled recently, and because of stuff like that, to like feel a love for religion again, not for Christianity specifically, but for that dogma, and do you know what I mean? All of that stuff. Sorry, that was but that's how I feel.
Auntie?
I didn't even really. My point. I forget about it at this point. I just.
No, you're gonna say culture. It was about culture and faith.
Oh yeah, but like that's a whole like the Nigerian where we started. We can lay here and talk about because Nigerians and me. Sometimes I just think like, why do you actually act like that? Like it's the whole hierarchy of age as well into it. Because like you said, if you were older, he wouldn't speak to you like that. Maybe you also being a woman as well.
And let me say, the second he realised who my dad was, guys, he refused to apologise to me, but he did apologise to my dad multiple times. I just want to put that out there.
That's just
the site team also apologised to my dad for defending me, but nobody said anything to me. I just said, yeah, man, I'm tired. I'm tired.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say, to play Angel's advocate, I feel like for what's his name? Steps, whatever his name is. I think that something that happens when, I don't know, for me anyways, because I experienced this as well. Like when I first became a Christian, a lot of people, you have this zealous phase. Yeah. So like that zealous phase is very important because it ignites you to read your Bible. Like you're reading your Bible, you're praying every day, you're going to church, But in that phase, like when you first become a Christian, it is essential you have proper discipleship, because you're just new, like you're literally just a baby. And like what it feels like, I always say this to people.
Youth churches.
Yeah, what it feels like for me is just like, I feel like I've found like treasure, and like I need to tell everyone about it. And it's just like you in that moment you can't. It's just you want to share that. You want to
self-regulation.
Everyone.
Yeah, you can't regulate yourself. You don't know how to regulate yourself.
You don't know how to regulate yourself, and it takes older discipleship to be like, listen, babe, I've been through this. This is how, like, that zealous faith is very, very important because it builds the foundation of your faith. Because in that, after like maybe a year or two, the zeal dies down, and then it's just like, okay, you've had your milk. It's time to start having solid food. But like, it's just like is. In that moment, it's very. I empathize with him because I've been there before, and I feel like it's just what is evident here is just a lack of discipleship. I don't think it's just he doesn't have proper structure to contain how he feels and what he feels like.
G-check him.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
the right video to post?
Is this the right video to post? Asking the Holy Spirit, how do you want me to do this? How do you want me to go about this? And I don't think he's coming from a bad place. I just think that it's just he lacks the.
Can I chime in it? And this is why I also think that there are certain types of content creation that I really think you need to be somewhat certified or established to do. I think that religious content, because it's like we mentioned earlier, society is very volatile right now, right? Things can be misinterpreted or taken and ran with, and people jump on things, etc., etc. I think that in order to be like the same way that pastors and preachers go to theology school, guys, your pastor is not just a random man off the street, by the way. Like, or ideally, a lot of them have been certified, and they've gone to school, and they've done the trainings, and they've done all the appropriate teachings, etc., etc. Outside of just the religious ones, right? To do what they do. I think similarly, while I'm not saying that you should have to like be certified to just come online and be like, you know what, yeah, I'm a Christian and these are the things I'm doing, these are my Bible study, whatever. I think that you have to be vetted in some way, because like it's discipleship. Let's actually call it what it is. It's discipleship. You can't come online and ultimately your video gave vitriol, whether you want to accept that or not. There was a level of vitriol in what you said, and nobody is taking away from your passion and your zeal. That's fine, but you need to be responsible with that. And it's so interesting that there was a whole American issue that happened similarly, and it just gave, like, she was new to religion as well. She was like 3-6 months into her Christian journey. She got obliterated, guys. She got obliterated by this like completely atheist, agnostic babe. He was just like, I know, because I think she grew up in the church. He was like, I know the word better than you do. I need you to understand that, like, I'm not trying to attack your religion. I'm just saying that when you speak to people, speak to them with love and compassion. And you're here like saying scriptures out of context and da 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 da. She was like, I'm telling you that what you're saying is wrong. And she's studied. She's been vetted. Actually, I think she did ministry for a bit, etc. So if you're gonna come on the internet and you're gonna come and you're gonna, to an extent, be preaching and saying certain messages, there, like you said, there's a level of discipleship. You need to have, like, ask somebody who has the right credits to say, hold on, is this, I'm trying to say this, but is this how it's coming across?
Because even if we look at, like, Christ, like, and the disciples, like, that was the foundation of it. The disciples spent like 3 years with Jesus. They didn't go out and immediately, yeah, I know you're Lord, and then he went around. It was literally like, in that 3 years, God said, okay, we went through this process, understand me, have a relationship with me, all of that stuff. And then after that, he said, slowly, he was now sending them out to do whatever they needed to do. If that's what it required for the disciples who actually spent time with Jesus Christ himself, what? Talk less of us. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what about us? Like, we need... I think what is really failing the Christian community right now is that we have no community, no discipleship, nothing, lack of understanding of, like, proper theology. It's just blah blah blah, and it's just like, can we actually have proper structure here? And the thing is, I just feel sorry for him, because I can see myself in him, like, especially me, like, when I first became a Christian, I would have done something like that. If I felt like, you know, God was telling me to do something like that, I really could have done it, and in that moment I would have felt justified in it. It's like, yes, I'm saying the truth. What I'm saying is the truth. Like, what, are you gonna beat me? But there's a way you have to speak.
I have to take something from that. So, background, I'll give this is the first time I'm saying this on camera. I feel like saying this, I feel so anxious, and my heart was just beating now, because it's not something that I choose to talk about, because I don't care to talk about it. It's just led me in too much trouble. But I wouldn't really call myself a Christian anymore, unfortunately. I used to be, and it was, you know, that was cute, it was a good time, but I'm not anymore. I don't think I can say that with my hand on my heart, like, that would be a lie, for so many reasons. But, you know, I hope that you're going to be with us for a long time, so you'll know eventually. But I'd say that, damn, I forgot my point. What you were saying about, like, coming on the internet and saying, because that's how you feel, you're passionate at that moment, like, you might be a new believer and that type of thing. I think with me, as somebody who's not Christian anymore, I think when you were saying, Nick, you were saying that when you were in the car park, how the uncle spoke to you, how you could have been a new believer, a newcomer, like, and you maybe won't want to come to the church again because of the way you were spoke to. I think that when people are evangelizing, what they fail to realize, this is my opinion, is that what you believe to be your truth may not be the truth for other people. And I just need people to understand that, like, it doesn't feel that way, because that's, like you're saying, I think that you're of the opinion that, like, this is something that I need to share with the world, right? Like, otherwise they'll be, like, kind of they'll be damned to hell. Like, you want to share that with your friends, you want to share that with your family, you want to share that with the person on the street, you want to share that with the cleaner, the bus, like, but realistically, that's your truth, not everybody's truth. And that can really turn somebody off to wanting to explore their faith or your faith. I think that, I don't know, it's methods. It's the methods about, like, how to go around that type of stuff. And, like, I feel like even when I was thinking, am I Christian anymore? Am I not? The way that I was met with, like, the way I felt made me even, like, draw back even further, because it's like, no one's actually listening to what I have to say. Everyone's just like, this is the way that we feel, this is the truth, this is it. Get with the program. Like, take it, or, like, no, you know what it was? It was a lot of, oh no, but you're gonna be like, but you are Christian though. No, but you do believe in God though. Like, you're just going through a hard time. But did I say that though?
I think that's where
I can speak English.
Culture comes in as well. Like, even going back to our early conversation about Lagos, when you're in Nigeria, everything is literally God bless, have a good day, God willing, etc., etc. Not a problem, you know. But it's so interesting because, like, there is a faith and culture connection when it comes to a lot of religion. And so I think it's very hard, not to get wet in it, but, like, I applaud you for saying it on the pod, did it? But I'm just saying, like, it's difficult. It's hard. It's hard to say stuff like that.
You say it's hard.
It's hard to say stuff like that, and that's a whole other. Especially being Nigerian, I think it's a whole other conversation. But yeah, it's just once again like in what you say, where is it coming from? Methodology is important. And I'm such a firm believer in intent doesn't always outweigh your method. Like, I don't want to listen to you if the way you're speaking to me doesn't feel respectful. Like, tone matters. Some people can't necessarily police it. I've said it before, my neurodivergence makes me a bit blunt sometimes, but I'm so aware of that. And so my bluntness is significantly reduced, unless I'm just very tired, because I know that if I'm trying to communicate something to somebody, how I communicate that thing matters just as much as what it is that I'm trying to communicate, right? Yeah. I think that is once again where like the loss is the issue is. And I also think that like, I'm very lucky in that I've always been given room to explore my relationship with religion. Like, my parents are very, very like not intense, but very strong in their faith, and they've never swayed on that. They've always given me room to explore that and to take my time out and to think about what it is that I am doing or I'm not doing. And I think as somebody who also I like silence, I like being given time to think about things. It helps avoid things like what Oppo was talking about. When you're new to something, I think the worst thing you can do is immediately go out and rave about it, because you need time to sit in that thing. Like, relationships, your relationship with God is similar to your relationship with people, in that it takes time for you to develop and nurture and to understand. Like Ati said, what is true for you might not be true for another person. What you understand might not be understood by other people. Religion is interesting because there are never going to not be questions. Everyone's always going to have questions. Even the strongest Christian sometimes has questions. It is what it is. But you going out immediately thinking that, you know what, I'm born again, I believe in God, it's a beautiful thing, but you need to be willing to sit in silence, right? Like, you need to be willing to sit in that, to build your relationship, to take the time out to commune and to think about what it is that you even want your relationship with God to look like. Like, I don't think people even take the time out to think about stuff like that. Like, take time out to think of, like, when you hear things, did you hear that thing? Like, what, like, you know, those are things that take time to learn. And I really struggle to, like, co-sign. Like, this is not just related with anything. Being new to something and immediately thinking that you are the pinnacle of knowledge and you should be the biggest voice and you should go about and you should be aggressive about this newfound passion and love. Because, like Oppe said, bro, you might look back in a number of years and just be like, I went about that the wrong way.
Yeah,
and sometimes it's inevitable. I did. Sometimes it's inevitable, but these are things that can be avoided if you allow yourself, you give yourself time to sit in things, you know? Don't allow people to tell you that you're not a good Christian because you're not loud and because you're not aggressive and because you don't feel that every time you speak to somebody you must, you know, in the most direct way evangelize. Don't let, guys, you need to shut out the noise.
Because you just being friends with them could be evangelizing.
My friend recently became a Christian because of his ex-girlfriend. Sorry, man, I hope you guys get back together. But they bro, that's his ex-girlfriend. She took him to church, I think, once. He's gonna get baptized soon.
Yeah. Amazing. And I was gonna say, guys,
It
read this book. Wait, I got it up because I want it. It's a really, really good book. It's called How to Tell the Truth, the story of how God saved me to win hearts and not just win arguments. It's a really, really good book on how to evangelize and, like, also, like, in your day-to-day life. Like, for me, I used to, like, be like, oh, I can't evangelize because I don't understand Estra or the Estra and the Astra and the Ustra of theology. But it's just like, you can evangelize in your day-to-day life, and we forget that people are watching us and they see what we are doing. And
Exactly.
like, are you showing the fruit of the spirit? Are you?
Because are you?
But and also I feel like, just to help out, what's his name again?
Every day.
You don't know anybody's names. I realized
because I'm really bad at names.
What did she say last time?
studio?
Taco. You said one Spanish name for Taco Social.
like that.
Taco Social. But steps, yes.
Sorry, I'm really bad with names. Like, at the end of the day, sanctification is a process. This is just for everyone in general, and I feel like, also, the problem is, like, when people say they are Christians, people automatically expect a standard from them, which I don't think is fair. But sanctification is a process. Like, for example, when I first became a Christian, I cut out going clubbing, I cut out all of this, and then at that time was just like, even though it was hard, it wasn't really that hard. But, like, as I'm getting older in my faith, it's like, for example, when I had the confession time about the way I was thinking about other people, God convicted me about that. And it's the little things that will, as you progress in your faith, there's little things that God will continue to be like, okay, you need to work on this now. Like, you've
And it'll be for you.
It'll
Like,
be
this is the
for
thing,
you.
It's so unique. Like, you
Yeah.
can't sit here and be like, look, nobody's journey looks the same. And so what your journey looks like, you can't put upon somebody else and say, well, when I started as a Christian, I stopped doing da-da-da-da. I don't know, man. Like, God didn't tell me I have to stop watching secular TV. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys.
Exactly.
Like, I can still use Netflix and not believe that. It's like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Not everybody's relationship looks the same.
That's exactly my point. Like, sanctification is a process. So, like, for some people in the beginning, God will tell you, I need you to cut off watching TV. I need you to cut off doing all of this and doing all of that. And it may be crazy to them, but God knows why he's telling them to do that. But then for other people, it may just be, you're a liar. You need to stop lying. You need to stop lying. You need to
genuinely, that might be
lying.
your thing. That might be your full that you don't know how to stop lying.
And then
bro.
maybe later on, God might have to say, okay, for this month, I need you to cut off Netflix. But like, it's a process, and everyone, I feel like, should have grace towards everyone. Like, we are not all gonna. The moment I became a Christian, it's not that I now turned, I became white. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's still a process for me to evolve. And I'm sorry to break it to you, until we get to heaven, my body is still weak. I still have flesh. So like, until we get to that, to get to heaven, we're not going to be perfect. We're still going to have things to do, to work on. So to Mr.
Jesus help.
You know what?
Mr. Steps.
Thank you, Steps.
Like, God loves you. We love the passion. I just feel like, make sure that you're in a proper church that has solid discipleship. And please read the book, How to Tell the Truth.
I'll link it.
It's a really good, like,
read the
honestly, for evangelism, it's an amazing book. It shows you how to like evangelize with love and truth, because I feel like sometimes we do either or. So
Agreed. And like, a kind of final point, but I think what you said on the pod is actually very important, and I just want to stress that if you have a non-traditional relationship with religion, with Christianity, with God, if you're not religious, if you are religious, whatever it is, I think as a whole, all of us need to become a lot more, I don't want to say accepting. Sometimes just shut up. Like, it's not your business. Do you know what I mean? I think that
But no one will shut up.
nobody will shut up at the end of the day. Is what it is. But I just think that, like, you don't need to understand to show kindness to somebody. Does that make sense? That is what a lot of xenophobia is rooted in. So you don't understand these people, so you hate them. In fact, it's a lot of obias and isms are rooted in it. You don't understand, so you hate. That's what most of them are rooted in. You don't understand, so you hate. And then when you start to understand, you find frustration at the fact that you feel compassion towards them. And that's what I've noticed in a lot of cases. I think that you need to be okay with people not having the same beliefs as you. You need to be okay. Like, what did they say? Do your race, I'll do my race. You get what I'm saying? Like, focus on you. And a huge part of Christianity is obviously, like, they say winning souls, etc., etc. But like, you can't force anybody's hand. Like you said, you beat them into
and dust them.
That's it, bro. Like just focus on you. And yes, that can be, you know, also like where you can sharing how you feel, sharing your convictions, etc. But like, you don't do anybody any service or anything good by trying to like ostracize people for not having the same beliefs as you, etc., etc. A lot of my friends have different backgrounds and have different faiths and etc., etc. They're great people. I still continue to learn from them. I still continue to listen to whatever it is that they might say comes from their messages and backgrounds, whatever. You're not going to die from exhibiting kindness, patience, and silence. Guys, silence is a very powerful tool. Please learn how to use it. Like, just because you don't agree with somebody doesn't mean you must always voice that disagreement. It's okay to say, you know what? Fair, differences of opinion. That's calm. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to always come on the net and be saying, I don't agree with you, and here's 100 reasons why, and here's did it.
Yeah. And the thing is, there is spaces for that, because I know, like, in certain cultures, like, the more passionate you are means that you actually care. But it's just making sure that we're doing that for the appropriate context. And
let me not give you another book to read, guys, but learn about high context and low context cultures and then come back to me. But essentially there are differences. No, the book is, I can't even remember this. I see my Amazon. I've only just started, but no, I learned about it from like when I went to this lecture thing. And yeah, it's important to learn as well. Once again, if you're going to do faith, you should learn about the culture in which you're, you know, speaking to. And high context and low context cultures means some cultures are a lot more direct. They don't need context. Others, you need the niceties. You need to be polite. You need to appreciate that they also might want to converse, etc., etc. There's a lot of things that, like I said, guys, go to theology school, really, if you're interested. Not gonna lie, seems like a fun place. I would go if I had time. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with learning about the greater aspects of religion before focusing, not even just before, but like while focusing in on your own. Because it's a very powerful thing to know how to communicate with people overall and how people think and what they believe in and how to relate with them. Like, you don't know, you might be very powerful at evangelism if you knew how it is that these things tie into wider context in people's cultures and lives and societies, etc., etc. So
Anyway, shout outs to him because we're talking about it now.
Yeah.
Love to see you grow.
No, because
No, because he was feeling the heat.
Because,
I
yeah.
came in a 3-piece suit. I apologize.
Really? Oh,
But
I
maybe
need to post an
he was
apology.
per chance. No, I don't know.
Maybe it was per chance. Facts. Maybe he was good to a wedding.
Yeah, per chance. I don't know, but I don't think it was actually apology. It was given more like sorry if I offended you type of situation. I say that sparingly. I actually need to look for that video. Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
did offend, and you know what? People offend in life, so I'm happy
Yeah,
that you
Yeah,
it's
it's
okay.
life. It is life.
It is
Can't
life.
please everybody, but try to please
yeah.
some people.
Try to please some people. Yeah, that's actually really cool.
Try to please
You can't
some
please
people.
everybody, but try to please some people. You know what I mean? You can't walk through like just being okay.
Just bang bang.
Guys, gosh, bring back social niceties and social contracts, etc., etc. We talked about this in the last one actually. People like getting off trains and not even letting people off with it. Guys, please behave yourself, please. Kindness gets you far in life.
It does.
Like,
It
you're very, very
does.
far in life, and I mean kindness, not niceness. Kindness, like I said, the things you do, they flow from your heart. Kindness gets you very far in life. So
Yes, so.
do want to learn that, man. Sure.
But yeah,
This was quite a serious episode. It's fun though.
Yeah, there was actually quite a lot of
Sorry.
serious topics.
Guys, we're
like-
actually smart intellectual babes sometimes. Yeah, we like to yap, but
Yeah.
yeah,
exactly.
we do have
We're in our books. We're
things
grammar
going on
school
here.
students.
We're grammar school students.
It's actually true.
All of us are university graduates. Like we tried. Do you know what I mean? I fought, Sha. I suffered, but I got there in the end. So-
literally suffered.
no, because anyway, University of Nottingham. It's okay. It's okay. Sha,
But
want
yeah,
to round off the episode?
yeah. That's us done. You know, hopefully, like I said, maybe in 2 episodes you'll see everybody here.
Hopefully.
But, because really, hopefully. But yeah, follow us everywhere. Like Oppa said, literally TJ Pod lowercase, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
That's it.
That's
Yeah,
that's about
actually
it. That's
Not
actually
gonna
about it.
lie.
Engage with us. Keep on sharing. Keep on liking. We love to see your comments. We really
Yeah. Let us know what you
appreciate
think
it.
as well about what we said.
What we spoke about, yeah,
Yeah.
man. There's a lot of clips from this one. I might even add some extra clips after you edit.
Really.
Okay.
Okay.
We have so many clips that we just haven't posted. Low-key, I can't lie.
Uh,
Anyway,
So,
problem. No, it's true. There's a lot in
there
the
actually
vault.
is. Anyway,
But anyway, it's your girl Addie.
it's me, your favorite fly babe, Maya.
and last but not least, it's Oppa. Bye.
See y'all next time.
Love
See you next
y'all. Bye. Bye.